Good day, everyone, and welcome back to our channel with new Abraham content. Simply sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Today's video will assist you in discovering something you can do for yourself on a daily basis to heal your power.
If you're tripping over something every day, if you're tripping over it, get it out of the way and stop tripping over it. Why trip over it every day? But there are some things that you just can't move out of your life experience, like the person who is responsible for the very existence of your physical beingness.
Exactly.
In other words, how wonderful is that he was part of the very avenue that brought you into this time-space reality. So with that, foremost, come other expectations. You gave me birth, and then finish that sentence.
And then you've caused me pain for 40 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels really off. But how about you gave me birth? You gave me birth. I'm glad
I can
I'm
go
alive.
back to that. I can go back to that. I have a tender feeling in my heart for that.
So do a little bit of that here. Now.
Well, I'm grateful that he gave me birth.
Blah, 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 blah.
I don't know. I'm confused.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, the reason that we're dancing around this a little bit is because we want you to feel that, first of all, it's not uncommon to hold the people who are responsible for you being born here. It's not uncommon to hold them responsible for how you feel now you are here. It's just something that you can't control. So that's where the wobble really started. In other words, we said the other day that if you're standing in a place you don't like, you almost always want to explain how you got there. That anybody that's feeling regret about anything is not standing in a happy place. So we really want to ask you, because you started out talking about how wonderful things are mostly, except for just that one thing. But really, if things were wonderful except for just that one thing, you would have enough wonderful momentum to carry you through just that one thing, unless it's something that you've been beating the drum of and feeling resentful for a long time. In other words, there are a lot of people that hold a lot of resentment a long time for their parents. That's why we always playfully say, we know you think it was your mother's fault, or we know you think it was your father's fault. But the bottom line is, you are the only one who can control the way you feel. And it's time to let go of giving the responsibility to anyone else. So what we are getting at here is that we know for sure that the discord that you're feeling with your father is not about how he's treating you when you're talking on the phone today. It's not about that. It doesn't just start with this phone call. It's about this long time momentum that's been going on. And the two of you have a sort of standoff going because he can't do enough to change the way you feel now. That's the way he's looking at it. He's given up. Why even try? Why even try? I can't win that love back. It's too far gone. And what we would like you to show him is that it's not too far gone. It only takes one in a situation like this to tune in and begin flowing a little different. And it's not going to be him. So if it's going to happen, it's got to be you. Sometimes people will say to us, Abraham, this is going on in this relationship, and do you think I should leave? And we will sometimes say, yeah, you're tripping over something that you don't need to trip over, and maybe it's a good idea for you to take off. But then we always say, but if you're leaving that situation because it's unpleasant, then you got to get out of town too, because there are unpleasant things in town. And now you got to get out of this state and out of this nation and off this planet. Now we don't know where to send you, because in every place you go, there are unwanted things. And we know you've got to be saying, yeah, but some things are just more unwanted than others. And some things have been more unwanted for a long time. And that's the thing that this conversation will lead you to a clearing of, if you allow it to, is that it's the practiced vibration that you've continued to practice right up to this point. In other words, even as we are visiting here, you're still practicing the same vibration. And that vibration says, somebody else needs to be different in order for me to feel good. It is the best conversation to help us discuss unconditional love that's happened so far on this voyage. Do you more often love your children or worry about them?
Love them.
Do you more often love yourself or hate yourself?
Love myself.
Do you more often love your father or hate your father? He's the exception.
Honestly, yes, I'm right down the middle. I just couldn't.
Well, he's the exception. He's the exception, and that drives
the problem.
You crazy. Because more than anything, more than everything, more than life itself, because it is life itself, you want to feel love, and he won't be lovable. And hasn't been for a really long time. Hasn't been for a really long time. Oh, we love your Father. And we love that he won't be lovable, because he'll teach you unconditional love, which will serve you better than everything else that you've ever learned, ever. And that was your plan when you made the decision to come, and he's keeping his promise. But let all those issues go, like, he doesn't really care about us. Well, he can't care about anybody. He's disconnected. He's got nothing to give. So he's all spent. He's all bled out. He doesn't have any of those energetic alignment resources to give you. Don't look for them from him. You're looking for love in all the wrong places. Don't look for it from your parents. Don't look from it from your lovers. Don't look from it from look from it from the place of its source. Look to the headwaters of source. Look to the headwaters of love and find love. And once you've tapped into the headwaters and you're all filled up with it, then love, even your father. But don't ask your father to be the headwaters of love. It was never his intention. He was the seed that gave you life, and that's a lot. Being unconditional in the desire rather than conditional. Talking about the love rather than the person to whom you will flow the love. Talking about the companionship rather than talking about the companion. Talking about the state of being together rather than the person with whom you will be together. The word is the uncondition of it rather than the condition of it. And the best way to describe the uncondition of something, just for sake of this evolution of thought, let's call the uncondition the feeling of it. Let's call the uncondition the emotion of it. So the person is going to be the condition, but the uncondition of it is the feeling of the person, the feeling. So if you can begin to think about what it feels like to have that feeling of belonging, that feeling of understood humor, that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of exhilaration, that feeling of, now here's where it gets a little dicey, that feeling of having someone to whom you can flow your love. Well, now that's when it gets dicey, because in the moment that you try to picture the one to whom you can flow the love, and that picture hasn't filled in, now you begin activating the resistance to it. So it's that dance that you're doing, finding the feeling of something. That's why we talk about this vortex version. Oh, it's real. Your partner is real, but it's a vibrational reality right now, which means it's an unconditioned. It's an unconditioned that you're going to turn into a thing. It's a condition that you're going to turn into something. But if you try too hard to turn it into the thing, if you need the thing to be there before you allow yourself to have the feeling, that's backwards. You got to be able to find the feeling before you need the thing. Oh, we just said that more clearly than ever before, because almost everybody is saying, give me the thing and then I'll have a feeling response to it. That's very conditional life. Give me the thing. Give me a lot of money and then I'll feel prosperous. And give me a place to live with no job and then I'll feel free. And then give me someone to love, then I will feel love. And we say, it does not work that way. You have to find the feeling.
We hope you enjoy our videos, which are more than just educational. They are also changing people's lives. So by sharing our videos, you are also helping to change lives. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.